Six Figures Morning Show. It is an interactive coaching and training experience as part of a free business mastermind group to position Black and brown female online service-based entrepreneurs to generate the first six figures by learning how to make the money and create time freedom. So this week's blog is at shaycannon.com/bofu. That's BOFU. So shaycannon.com/bofu. I finally yesterday put all the information on the website as an official blog, because as you know, yesterday I was reading from my draft. But we got the blog situated and published, so now you have the link. What we're talking about this week is the key to making sales easier for the non-sales person. All right. I felt like this was a missing key for some of us. We've been talking about sales all this year and all last year. We talk about sales a lot because it's a key component of business. However, most of us are service providers and we are built to serve and not necessarily to sell. Okay. But we don't have a business unless we sell. So there are certain things that we can be doing to make selling easier on us, even though we're not salespeople. Okay. Yesterday, I talked about silent selling, all these things you could be doing to sell without you having to really kind of open your mouth live or talk about the same things when they actually get down to the sales call, which we're going to talk about today. Okay. So there are silent ways you could be selling all along before someone reaches you for like that live Q&A or that live interaction. So if you want to know more about that, including 10 strategies on how to silent sell, you need yesterday's replay. Okay. Today, since I kind of messed up our schedule, we're going to do part 2 and part 3, okay? Part 2 and part 3. And I'm giving you 10 strategies. That's kind of a mixture of each, but I'm also going to share my screen and show you some things about the part 3. So part 2 is pre-qualification, okay? Pre-qualification. I cannot tell you how, if you don't like your time wasted, how you should be out here pre-qualifying everything for everybody, okay? Because you already don't want to sell, okay? You already feel some kind of way and don't have the confidence to ask for the sale. Imagine finally getting up the confidence and doing that damn thing, and you're doing it with the wrong person. It's just like relationships, right? It's already hard to be vulnerable, and now you're being vulnerable with the wrong person. That just makes you want to go hide even more. So we need to qualify these people, all right? Pre-qualification is the process of setting clear criteria and boundaries that help filter out misaligned leads before they ever get close to a sales conversation. It's about designing your entire buyer journey to repel the just browsing crowd and attract your ideal client that is ready, willing, and able to invest, okay? Because let me tell you how they can have every other characteristic of your ideal client, but if they're not ready, willing, and able to invest, they're not ideal. That doesn't make them ideal then, okay? So every time you hop on a call with someone who isn't a fit, you're draining time, energy, and confidence that could have been spent closing with someone who is ready. Pre-qualification solves the problem of wasted effort and the emotional burnout that comes from repeatedly pitching to people who were never going to buy in the first place. All right. Pre-qualification doing its job looks like filtering out the fluff. So you're only talking to the people who are actually in a position to say yes. Okay. What I need y'all to understand is when we're selling, the reason why I am, and we're going to talk more about this tomorrow as we end the series, but the reason why I want you to understand the BOFU level of the lead funnel. So it's because I need y'all to stop trying to sell the people in the tofu and the mofu that are not ready to be sold to. Okay. So tofu are people who don't know you. They don't know you. So in tofu, all you're supposed to be doing is introducing yourself and giving them an opportunity to continue the conversation. Okay, that's tofu. That's people who don't know you. You're like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I do this for these type of people. If that's you, hey, come over here so we can continue and have a conversation that could be of value to you. That's tofu, top of the funnel, okay? Mofu is the middle of the funnel. Those are people who accepted your invitation to continue the conversation. They have been introduced to you, and now they just need to get to know, like, and trust you, okay? That's what Mofu is for. You are nurturing them into know, like, and trust. Those people may be ready to buy if they're like in the middle or bottom of MoFu, but there's probably going to be some, we're going to say some down sales, some tripwire, some affordable things. Okay. Some of your cross sales, they may or may not be ready to buy your main offer. But once you've spent time with them, okay, and they know, like, and trust you, they know what your main offer is, and all they need to do is make a buying decision and make sure that your main offer is right for them. That's when they're in BOFU. That's what BOFU is, okay? Selling to people who are ready to buy. That's what BOFU is. And we're going to talk more about that tomorrow, okay? So pre-qualification to figure out, are these people even worth continuing the conversation with? Are they a fit for your programs and your offers? Can you actually help them? I have people come to me all the time for things that I qualify to do, but they're not things I want to do. And it's not an offer I have on the table. So guess what? They're not an ideal client for me. So let me refer you to somebody else. Because what I'm not going to do is sit down and write all the SOPs for your business. I ain't going to do that. Can I do it? Yes. Do I want to do it? No, that's not an offer that I have. So you're not aligned with me. So that's why we have discovery calls, which are a sales invitation. So let's get into the third part of this blog, okay? Sales invitation is the best way to think of a discovery call, okay? You're not offering free coaching on this call. You're not giving away strategies on this call, unless that's the way you intentionally have this top of the funnel thing designed. But some of y'all are only supposed to be having discovery calls, and you're over there giving them everything but the kitchen sink and wondering why they don't buy at the end. That's a no. Okay. So you're creating space for the potential client to explore or discover, okay, whether working with you is the right next move, and you're guiding them towards a decision without pressure or pretense. I remember some time ago, somebody asked me here on the morning show, I forgot who it was, but they say, how do you get them to buy if they say no? I don't do that, okay? I am only seeking a yes or a no. That's all. I just don't want you to be maybe. I don't want you to be on the fence. I want you to make a buying decision, but I respect no's. I need a yes or a no, okay? But so to me, if you're trying to get past a no, that might be con artistry because at the end of the day, either they don't want it, they don't see the value in it, or they don't need it. I don't know, but a no means no everywhere in the world to me, okay? So keep that in mind. It's not the same as a strategy session. Your discovery call is not the same as a strategy session, which often leads to overgiving and resentment when someone takes all your free advice and then ghosts you, okay? A true sales invitation or discovery call is about alignment, not auditioning. When entrepreneurs blur the lines between serving and selling, they end up drained, undervalued, and wondering why the value first approach didn't close the deal. Because there's a time for that. And remember, yesterday we talked about one of those times is using your content to do a lot of that edutainment, a lot of that teaching people about their problem and telling them about the transfer, all of that. That shouldn't be happening on the call. They should already have all of that information when they was in MoFu getting nurtured by you, because that's what that content helps you with, okay? So a sales invitation solves the problem of unclear boundaries. It lets you lead the call with confidence, knowing you're not there to prove your worth, but to see if this is a mutual fit. Okay. It's kind of like discovery calls to me, for most entrepreneurs, remind me of, in corporate America, your annual evaluation. A lot of you go into your annual evaluation sitting there scared because it's the time where all the people you work with get to tell you what you did wrong. But you miss the opportunity in understanding that it's also the time for you once a year to tell them all the shit they doing wrong and how much support you need that you're not giving. It's not supposed to be a one-way thing. It's supposed to be a two-way thing. But most people don't see it that way. But that's the same thing with your discovery call. It's a two-way thing. I can't tell you how many times I leave a discovery call with people begging to work with me because I done told them no. Because they're not just evaluating them. I'm evaluating them. Are we a mutual fit? Okay. Let's see how we end this. You need to set the tone, preserve your expertise, and position the sale as an invitation, not an explanation of self-worth. Okay. This is, the same people that's out here pricing their confidence is out here having discovery calls where they over here trying to convince. We're not convincing. We're trying to figure out the alignment. That is it. And guess what? Everybody's not supposed to align. They're not. You're supposed to be attracting and repelling. Attract and repel. Attract and repel. Okay. That means you have to be doing a mutual. Okay. You have to do a mutual evaluation for fit. We don't accept everybody around here because when you start doing that, you're going to quickly find out how everybody is not your people. Okay. They're just not. And that's okay. That's why other people are in your lane. Okay. That's why when you go down the bread aisle, it's other people down there selling bread. Okay. So if they need sesame seeds on their bread and they talking about how sesame seeds is important to them, but you don't offer sesame seeds, okay, they're not for you. They can go pick some more bread. Go find your people that don't need sesame seeds. Okay. Don't then look at yourself and say, well, I must not be shit because I ain't got sesame seeds. No, it's other bread with sesame seeds on it. Let them go over there. Stop changing your stuff for these little people. Okay. All right. I'm off the soapbox. But so that was, we're combining the pre-qualification with the discovery call because they are very closely related. All right. So, those were the blog paragraphs, but on the morning show, we give you more. So I have 10 strategies that kind of combines the pre-qualification and the sales invitation, because y'all know we kind of go long. If I try to do 10 on one and 10 on the other, we'd be here all day. So listen up, 10 strategies for you to do some pre-qualifications, including specifically for discovery calls. All right. Number one, you can add the required question of something like, why now? On your call application or your call intake form, because we want to gauge the urgency so we can weed out the tire kickers before we take our time to talk to them. Okay. Because if you saying, oh, I'm just looking, I'm just checking, okay. If they don't have any urgency, that tells you, okay, that you're going to get on this call and all they're seeking is a whole bunch of information and they're not even ready to take you up on the offer. So guess what? I don't want to be on a call with you and you're not ready right now. What's your urgency? So I'm going to ask you so I can pre-qualify how ready you are. Okay. Number two, use conditional logic in your intake forms to disqualify leads in real time. Okay. So what that is have you guys ever taken a quiz? And if you answer this, then the next question is going to be this. But if you answer that, the next question is going to be that. That's what that conditional logic is. You can add that into any kind of form. Okay. So you can have it to where if they say they don't have urgency, that instead of immediately disqualifying them, it takes them to a few more questions. Whereas if they say they are urgent, it continues to form as is. So you can do things like that if there are some nuances to qualifying them. I'm cutting dry. If you ain't ready now, I don't understand why we're talking now. Okay. So number three, create a decision-making readiness quiz that helps prospects self-assess whether they're a fit for your offer before they ever contact you. Okay, so that could be something that you offer on your site. It actually can also be a lead generator. Okay, so people who have never met you, but maybe they heard about you, they came across your content, and then they come to your website and you say, hey, before you book a call, take this readiness quiz. Okay. They take the quiz, you get the lead information, but then you also get the answers to their readiness. And if you are smart, you have a funnel attached to this where the next few emails in a sequence are further qualifying them. All right. So number three was a decision-making readiness quiz. Number four, you can host monthly invite-only Q&A sessions or information sessions for serious prospects only. Now, you see this. This happens all the time now. This is not a rare occasion. People should be used to this. Okay. Let me give you an example of where you see it. You see it where people nowadays are having these travel trips that may be going to Africa or going to faraway places. And what they'll do is they'll have an information session that you can come into and ask questions. And the whole point is for you to ask the questions to overcome your own objections. Okay. You can have that about your offers. I love it when these certification programs have them a lot. Okay, because they're trying to answer the question, is this certification for you? Or are you ready for the certification? Do you have the things in place to take advantage of all the benefits and transformation of this? So you can have a monthly invite only information session. Now, who are we inviting? Well, that can come from people who may have taken workshops from you, people who may have done a discovery call but not yet made a decision. You can pull from the other people that have already been contacting you but not made a decision and have these information sessions to invite them to, okay? Number 5, include a client commitments section on your booking page. Now, all that is, now I just pulled it out my butt calling the client commitment section. Let me tell you, because ain't nobody else calling it that. But what it is it's an outline of the kind of effort, mindset, and investment that would be expected for the offer. Okay? Client commitments. I think it's I don't want to say it again, but basically, if you would think about the section of your sales page that says who this is for and who it's not for, sometimes in the who it's for, they talk about the investment that's needed, right? If you're ready to do this, then this is for you. If you have an investment of time for, then this is for you. Sometimes that's what that section looks like, but this client commitment section is being very intentional about saying, hey, if you ain't got this much money, if you ain't got this much time to focus on it, right? If you don't have this many other resources to commit, maybe you're not ready. All right. We want to get down and intentional to the detail. Number 6, add a why I don't offer free strategy sessions video. And you can put this in your booking pipeline. So before that they actually book the discovery call, they can have that video up there. Remember we talked about the video sales letter yesterday? Shout out to Shawana Kennedy Media. Video can help you everywhere, okay? So if you don't know the words to say, to type, and you feel like, I don't know what to actually say where it don't come across as crazy, do a video where they can feel your heart when you're saying it, okay? So video. Number 7, you can incorporate a video walkthrough of your process. Now, this is a tricky one though, okay? So video walkthroughs of your process should be kind of like showing just enough, not necessarily showing them the things that make your process work, not necessarily showing them the proprietary information or the intellectual property that went into it. It's basically a very high overview of a tour, okay? But some people, when they get ready to buy, even though you're using the words, it doesn't really register to them what they would have to go through to get the transformation. Okay. So what you could do is you could say, hey, this is the process of being, let's say, chosen. Because a lot of programs and offers have application processes because they don't take everybody. Okay. So you can talk to them about the process of, this is how I select people who are aligned for this offer, who are going to get the most benefit out of this offer. So some people have a application interview, right? Some people have an application questionnaire. You can do an application video where you're kind of walking them through the process of how you accept people to work with you. Hope that makes sense. Okay. And again, you can show them some stuff from behind the scenes of how you actually get them to transformation, but we're not giving them too much, excuse me, because that's not what this is for. Okay. All right. Let's go with number 8. Start your discovery calls by restating the purpose of the call. Okay. Tell them this is a space to explore if you're a good fit for us to work together. We're not going to solve your business problems today or whatever problems today. Or, we're not going to talk strategy today. Okay. And that's kind of self-explanatory. Number 9, declutter your calendar. Okay. By creating a separate form for people that are coming in for your discovery call. A lot of y'all have the same form for all of your calls. Therefore, it's not as effective as it could be. I have a different form for almost all of my calls because depending on what we're talking about or what the session is about, I need different information. So basically, I need you to have a very intentional intake form for these discovery calls. So not just have one. Yes, you need to have one, but I need you to be intentional. You need to start thinking about what are the things that qualified clients that I've had in the past, what are the things they've had in common? Because in this form, I want to pre-qualify that they have most of these things. All right. Number 10, develop a short, get ready to work with me guide. It could even be like a mini course that they can go through before they book. Okay. Before they book. But I really like these to be before they get started with you. Like soon as they hit the pay button to buy, I would love for them to get ready to work with me kind of mini course type of thing. But you can do this beforehand if you would like. So before it was the one video, and this is telling you you can do a guide or a mini course. Okay, so that's the difference between what I said before. All right. We're going to start with Dr. LaFera, and the question is, what general pre-qualification strategies, and at least one of them I want to know about discovery call specific, do you need to be using? So that is the question. But before I go back through the 10, good morning, Glow. I want to show y'all a couple of things, okay? So let me share my screen. Okay, let me see. Okay, I see the right thing. So y'all see my appointment, right? So if you guys go to shaycannon.info/talk, that is my discovery call link, okay? Now, that shaycannon.info/talk is a branded bit.ly link, and it takes you to my Acuity, and it takes you to the specific appointment that is a discovery call, okay? Now, you see this long link up here? That's why I use a branded bit.ly, so I don't have to worry about trying to give y'all this big long link that you're not going to remember, okay? All right. You could also have an appointment page on your website, your .com, where you don't have to have a branded bit.ly. You could just have a page on your website where you embed your calendar, and then that's how they make an appointment. So you don't always have to do it the way I do it, because I was doing the .info back when Bentley's branded bit.ly was free. Now you got to pay $35 a month to get the branded bit.ly. All right. Now, this is my discovery call. I'll let you know that it's 20 minutes. And then it says a discovery call is a conversation where you give me your specific problems and I share with you my recommended solutions. There is no cost for the call, but you will need a budget for the recommended solutions. I cannot wait to speak to you, okay? with you about your business success, all right? So did I not set the tone for what this call is about? All right. I want you to be clear. You're going to need a budget for your solutions. This is not a call where I'm going to solve your problems for free. I don't do that. Okay. So this is letting you know. All right. So let's just say we're doing next Tuesday, 8th. I mean, this is 2 weeks. I forgot. I got my vacation blocked out. Thank you, Jesus, because I would have forgot. But anyway, let's just say we want 10:30 here. Okay. Now, so it's asking you your name, your phone number, email as a requirement, all right? But then you go directly into my intake form. You cannot complete this appointment without doing my intake form and all of these required questions, okay? All required questions usually have that red asterisk mark by it. There will be some that don't have that, but most of them will, okay? So what I say on here is make sure the phone number that you input above can be used to notify you of an emergency cancellation. I have had times when something came up, I can't do the call, and I have no way to get in touch with these people. And what we know is these folks probably don't even check their email until after they've been sitting there waiting on the call. Then they go to check the email to see if I sent one. Well, I'm trying to save you time, and I can't get in touch with you. So I let people know this is why I need a phone number. I don't, at the current time, do text marketing and all of that stuff. So I just need them to understand, don't put your throwaway number on here, because I need to actually be able to get in contact with you if something happens, okay? Then it says, please answer each pre-call question below. I can't wait to talk to you about getting you on the road to your first 6 figures. Okay, P.S. Before confirming my appointment, let's just say did you know you can open another web tab and check out the general offerings that include pricing transparency? at the bottom of each offering page. Check it out here. Okay. So basically what I'm saying is, I told you needed a budget, but if you wanted how much of a budget, it's going to depend on which offer you choose. And guess what? You can go over here and look at it. So remember yesterday when I said have that pricing transparency, this is where it comes in handy. Because I don't want you to get on this call. We think we're a good fit, and then I tell you how much it is, and you like, oh, baby, I ain't got time. I can't get my time back. Maxine Waters, I want to reclaim my time before I even spend it. So that's where the pricing transparency can serve you and them. All right. So if they go over there and click whatever they pick, what at the bottom of that page, there's always a pricing transparency. Okay. Then I want to know, how did you hear about me? Why is that important? Because all of us are spending a lot of time, and some of us are spending a lot of money to get leads in. We want to know what's working. Okay, that's what that's for. We're not asking that question just to be, oh, okay, you came from Facebook. Good to know. No, I need to know if I ran an ad on Facebook and that's where you saw me, or all the content I'm putting on Facebook, you saw it. Okay. What do you need support with? I want them to think it through and type it. Because guess what? You long-winded people, I love you, but I don't want to sit here for 20 minutes and it took you 20 minutes to get to the point and now the call is supposed to be over. So now the call is an hour. I don't want to do it. I love you, but I don't want to do it. So this at least helps you to start thinking concisely about what it is you need help from me in particular. Okay. And guess what? When you start rambling, I'm going to take you right back to it during the call. Hey, so, oh, that's great. It's great to know. But what you said you needed support with was this. Is that true? I can control the call better, right? All right. Tell me about your business. Who do you serve? What problem you solve for them? And how do you solve their problem? Why? Because I need context for your problem. You need support with something, but if I don't know these things, I don't really know in which of the 30 million directions I could be coming from for that support. Okay. Now, this will be changed because I'm about to change this on my offer page. But basically, my offer levels go from free to that high ticket fractional COO service and things in between. And because they don't know anything about the service, I start to ask them about their resources. And the biggest resources are money and time. So I ask them, hey, do you have no money, but you got all the time? Do you have, some money sometimes? So I kind of go through that because there are specific offers that are adjacent to each one of these, but that will be changed in the future. Okay. Then, because I am specifically helping people with a revenue goal of their first 6 figures, I asked them last year, what was your annual revenue for your business? Okay. This year, what is your projected annual revenue for your business? All right. And then I asked point blank, how confident are you that you can reach the revenue goal of your first 6 figures on your own? Because if you're confident you can reach your first 6 figures on your own, you are disqualified. Go away. Because what I'm not going to do is be trying to convince you, going back and forth with you. You think you know. Go away. Okay? What is your biggest obstacle to meeting your revenue goal? You see how I have them thinking? Because see, you're not going to talk me to death about nothing on this call. I am qualifying you on this little form. I'm making you think about things already. Okay. So what is your biggest obstacle to meeting your revenue goal? So we already said, this is what you made last year. This is what you projected to make this year. You can't do it on your own, but the things that you tried, what has been the problem with the things that you've tried? Okay. Why are you seeking solutions now? This is the urgency. Now, what I'm going to do is in the closing call, I'm going to take them back to why they say they're seeking solutions now. So it shouldn't be a long-term, I got to think about it. I got to check with this person. Well, I was just trying to see, I'm not really ready yet. No, I'm asking you what your urgency is on this question. All right. Then I want to know, are you accustomed to investing in what you need through coaching? Because you people who have never had coaching, some of y'all don't get it. And again, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. One of my qualifications is that you understand the value of coaching. Some of y'all like to go back and forth with people about what works and what doesn't work, but what you think works ain't been working for you. I don't want to have that conversation. I'm not even, let me tell y'all something. I'm kind, but I'm not really that nice. I'm kind and I'm fair, but I don't sugarcoat stuff. And so that's just going to make me be all the way shade and your feelings going to get hurt, because if what you knew worked, you wouldn't be here. And I don't want to go back and forth with you about what is not working. So there's a certain type of person I want to work with, and I don't want to work with delusional people. So I am weeding them out, okay? I have an understanding of the offers available and the pricing of those offers that can be explored. This is a required question. Have you gone and looked at the offers and the pricing? You see how I keep bringing that up? Because it's important. I don't want to have a conversation with you and then all of a sudden you talking about you ain't got no money. I don't understand why you on this phone then. Because my rent don't take kind words. It just don't. Okay? So if you qualify, because I'm letting you know, I'm evaluating you. Okay? If you qualify to use my framework to reposition your business to make your first 6 figures in revenue, is there anything preventing you from making a financial commitment as low as $3,500? Now, why did I pick that amount? Because that's the lowest that you can get a roadmap. Okay? So, anything preventing you from it, and if you say no, baby, let me tell you how you finna get an email that's gonna push you to all them free options, and I'm not finna talk to you. Because why am I talking to you if you can't afford the offer that's gonna get you the true transformation that you need? Because again, go back to, this is not going to be a free strategy session. And so for you to get real transformation, take $3,500 and you don't have access to $3,500 or you have obstacles to getting it, you're not ready. We don't need to talk. Okay? All right. This one, are you in or will you join the Facebook community with the amazing value shared near daily? Now, that should not be required. That should have been not required. And you can say yes or no. Now, right here, I understand that if I proceed with booking the appointment, I will be placed on a list to receive insightful emails with valuable tips and growth opportunities. Okay, check that. Why? Because they go on my email list. Y'all, these people that book calls with y'all, you can't just start marketing to these people unless they opt in. So this question is an opt-in question. Okay? All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me see what's going on over here on YouTube. Well, first of all, I'm gonna stop sharing. All right, cool beans. So now I'm gonna go back through the 10 strategies. And we're gonna start with Dr. Fair. Looks like she dropped off. So we're gonna start with Dr. Latoya. The question is, oh, there go Doctor. She moved up. I see, look at you on camera. What? Well, I'm still going to start with Dr. Latoya because she's at the bottom. Okay, now. So the question is, what general pre-qualification strategies and at least one about discovery calls specifically do you need to be using? Let's go back through the 10. Number 1, why now question. Y'all saw mine, right? Number 2, you can use that conditional logic that if they answer the question, it takes them to certain other questions, or it takes them straight down the form. Number 3, you can create a decision-making readiness quiz for them to take. Number 4, you can host a monthly invite-only Q&A session or information session. Number 5, you can include client commitment section. What it's going to take for them to get the transformation, what they have to commit to. Number 6, add a why I don't offer free strategy sessions video on your booking page, okay? Number 7, incorporate some kind of video walkthrough of your decision-making alignment process. And it can include some of the process of how you get them to transformation, but simply an overview, not detailed, okay? Number 8, start your discovery calls off by restating the purpose of the call. Hey, you ain't getting no free information from me. We're just talking about alignment today. Number 9, declutter your calendar by having your intake form. Okay, we need an intake form. Number 10, develop a short get ready to work with me guide or mini course. And this is something that can be before the call. This is something that can be in the email sequence after they have the call. This is something that can be once they pay. You can use it in different ways. All right. All right. Let's go to Dr. Latoya. Dr. Latoya, what general pre-qualification strategy and at least one specific to the discovery call do you need to be using?
That list that you just read, that was the pre-qualification? Or that was both?
Which list? What we talking about?
What
the
you
10,
just,
the
when
10
you
strategies?
just did the recap.
Oh yeah, it's a mixture of both.
Okay. So then I don't know which one these fall under. You can tell me which one it is. I
Okay.
liked the once a month Q&A. the general once a month Q&A.
Mhm.
And I liked the video, the behind the scenes video, because I'm actually thinking about doing a short one of kind of my process. So I
Yeah,
think those two.
I love it. And again, you don't have to go too deep, right?
Yes.
Stay high level so that you're not giving away your proprietary information. Also, make it to where they understand that the information you've given about the process is not enough information for them to go off and do it on their own. Okay, so we just have to be careful about that. All right, let's go to Dr. Ayana. Dr. Ayana, what general pre-qualification strategies and at least one intentional about the discovery call do you need to be using?
This is hard to narrow down because I need all of them. Uh, I haven't been effectively using. There's a couple that I touch on, but haven't really been effectively using. Definitely, I would like to use a formal questionnaire for intake. Clarify the second part of the question again, please.
Okay, say that last part again.
No, I was just asking you if you could clarify the second part of your question. I know you want us to talk about which one of these strategies we'd like to use, but then clarify the second part.
Yeah, so just one strategy that's specific to discovery calls that you're going to use.
Okay. One specific to the discovery call would be, oh my goodness, which one? I can't narrow that down, Shay. Not in this quick moment, but I'll just say strategy, definitely number one. I really need all of these. So I'm sorry, I can't really narrow it down. I need all of them.
Okay. Look, we'll leave you with that, Dr. Ayana.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Dr. Tachi, which of the general pre-qualification strategies and at least one that is specific to discovery calls do you need to be using?
So I like the questionnaire as well. And then the get ready to work with me.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a game changer because some people think that everything is a go until they understand what the process is, right? And I don't want you to pay and then you be like, I didn't know I had to do all this. Let me give y'all a great example of that. A lot of people don't know that when you hire somebody to build your website, that you still have to give them the content and all the visuals. A lot of people don't know that, right? They thinking when you're going to build a website, you're doing everything. Well, they're doing the tech. They're not doing the words that go in there, and they're not doing the pictures and photos that go in there. Like you have to provide them with that stuff. But a lot of people never think about that. So website designers need to have on there, hey, a part of our process is that you have to give us the words that you want to go on there and the pictures, and we can't get started without it. So don't tell us to pick a design. Don't tell us to pick any of that stuff because we're going to design it based on the pictures and based on the words. So they need that, be ready. Another industry that comes to mind that's kind of like that would be even ghostwriters that write books. People think that, oh, I hire a ghostwriter and I don't have to do no work. Well, no, they got to interview you and get information and all kind of like, that's why I don't ghostwrite no more because people get on my nerves. So, things don't just automatically, and Biz Marquis' quote, they don't just automatically happen. You still have a part in it. Okay. So we have to just understand that. I'll give y'all another one. Course creators. Some course creators only take your information, okay, and put it in the layout of the tech of a course platform. They don't come up with your course. So you need to figure out when you're going to these people for a service, what is going to be expected of you? Because sometimes if you expect all of that from me for $15K, then I'll just do it my damn self. Sometimes, right? But it just depends. So you need to be asking questions. And as a service provider, we need to be finding people that understand what is required of them for the service to actually be transformative. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. Sasha, what general pre-qualification strategies and at least one discovery call specific strategy do you need to be using?
Okay, the first question, the pre-qualification, I like the asking question of why now, making sure they're actually ready to be invested and committed. And then with that, the next one was using conditional logic to disqualify leads. I think when you had like the price on there, I liked that. And then the discovery call strategy, for me, just knowing how I am, I think starting this discovery call is restating the purpose of the call, but then kind of going off of that is remembering not to give away too deep free information on the
Yeah.
call. Because I think I naturally just will want to help and answer questions, but I'll have to like check myself and remind myself. So, and then I also highlighted, I know someone else said this too, like the monthly invite only Q&A sessions. I really like that idea, just to
Yeah.
get myself out there a little more.
And I'll tell you, some services don't have a discovery call aspect. And so if you're one of those service providers that doesn't even do discovery calls, that monthly informational session may be very, very important for you, because how else do they have a chance to ask you questions to make sure they're aligned for your offer? So yeah, cool beans. Kimberly said, I'm not sure how this would apply to me for product-based. Well, so for you, it would be less about a discovery call, Kimberly, and more about pre-qualification. So there may be some things about these folks' feet that they need to know before they go trying to use your product to solve their problem. Okay. Because what we know is you got gout, you got some other stuff like this cream ain't going to help you. You need clinical help. You know what I'm saying? So pre-qualifying people that's going to get the best use of your product still is a thing for product-based businesses. So you would just have to think through it, like, who are the people? And this goes for anybody. When you're talking about pre-qualifying and you like, I don't know how to pre-qualify people. Okay, that's fine. Let me tell you how you start thinking about it. Who is your best customer? And what are the things that made them your best customer or client? And we want more people like this best customer and client. So the things that made them unique and made them the ideal client, let me see if I can find more people like that by asking questions to see if they're like this other person. So that's how you start to do it, right? So for you, Kimberly, you might want to, Dr. Tachi has said your product is great. I have said your product is great. Other people have said your product is great. You might want to start asking questions about what makes it great for them, right? You might need that information. Then there are certain things you may know, we're going to say physically, that makes the product work better. There might be things biologically that makes the product better. And so what you might want to start doing is in your sales copy, you start qualifying people so they understand who's going to get the best use out of your product. Because the worst thing we can ever do is let somebody hire us or buy our product that it was never going to work for them. So I hope that was helpful, Kimberly. Dr. Tachi said, not gout. I was trying to think of foot-related shit that I knew a cream wasn't going to help. That's all. My bad. All right, let's go to Dr. LaFera. Dr. LaFera, what general pre-qualification strategies and at least one discovery call specific strategy do you need to be using?
I have a form, so I like what you said about asking them like what they've done in the past and why now and all of the stuff, so I can use it when I get on the call with them. And I like what you said about how you weren't auditioning. Like a lot of people try to audition.
Yeah,
like this is a qualification call, not an audition, something like that.
Yeah.
So I like that, and that's how I think about discovery calls now, and they're actually kind of fun. And so and I also like what you said about the quiz, because I put my stuff in Go High Level now, and I have the calendar in there. I want to build out a quiz to further qualify people, and then like I also like the Q&A call. Like I like that, so I'll be looking at the list and doing a lot of stuff on there from today and this week.
Cool. Cool beans, cool beans. And on the show notes, I'll have the link to get to my discovery call thing, so y'all can go in there and play around and look at my questions and stuff. Just don't be booking no sessions and stuff that you don't need. But you can go through everything without submitting to kind of see what those questions and stuff are. All right, Heather, I feel like you're allergic to Walter. Put him out. But bless you.
Leave my buddy alone. He got a good health report yesterday. Leave him
You know,
alone.
me and fat ass Walter be having problems. All right. So what general I just got okay, so fat ass Walter is a cat, y'all, in case y'all think I'm over here fat shaming people. Okay. It's there he go. There he go. Walter's still kind of fat, Sasha. He's still kind of fat. All right. What general pre-qualification strategies and at least one discovery call specific strategy do you need to be using?
So when I was with Calendly, I had a whole qualification list of questions to ask. Now that I've moved to Go High Level, I haven't really done that, so I need to get that going again. But also, I don't have separate forms for different kinds of calls. Like I don't have that. So that's probably, wait, is that 2 discovery call things? But you want an overall strategy. Okay.
Give me one more. I know you got one more, so just give it to me.
I think the monthly Q&A, because I was doing Ask the Editor Ask Me Almost Anything anyway, and I feel like that could all kind of be wrapped together maybe. So
Definitely
that Sasha said Walter's not a fan anymore.
I know she's. I said he still is. But yeah. So what you can start with, Heather, is you can start with kind of an informational session, and then have the ask me anything, rather than trying to do the ask me anything and have the information, because they're gonna drop off.
Right. So flip it around. Okay.
Yeah, flip it around.
I got you.
All right. Dr. LaFera, you got a question?
For those monthly ask me anythings, like where would you do those? Would you just like make that like a live session on social media, or like how would you format that?
I think I would,
like, so anybody can show up.
Anybody can show up. However, it would depend on how big your community is, right? If you have a small community, I would host it on Zoom, and I would put that invite out everywhere, not just in the group, but including the group. If you have a large group, like Lamar has a large TSP group, I would only put it in my group. If I had 15K, 20K people in my group, I would only put it in my group. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. So I will be hosting it on my Facebook page.
I would host it on Zoom and then tell people on all your social media where to come. You see what I'm saying? That way, people who not that into Facebook no more, there's no reason why they can't come, because it's on Zoom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then that way you can set up the email reminders and all of that. I would have them to sign up for it. So, okay. So tomorrow, first of all, any more questions about silent selling or pre-qualification or the discovery call? Any more questions or value adds? Because tomorrow what we're going to talk about is what BOFU is supposed to be. Like, we're going to really go in detail about the BOFU level of the lead funnel and why these are the people you should be spending your time trying to sell to, but also understanding that it is a funnel. Means it's funnel shaped, more at the top than at the bottom. That means there's fewer people in the BOFU level than there are in the MOFU in the middle and the TOFU at the top, right? Which is why people tend to try to sell to people in the middle and the top, because there's more people there. Well, you have to do the work to filter through those people to get more people to fall down to the bottom. Okay, so we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And come with your armor on, because some of this stuff might step on your toes, hurt your feelings, because there's a certain reality about why you're trying to sell to people who don't know you. It's because you're not taking the time to cultivate a greater number of people to go through your system to filter down to that BOFU level. All right, any questions about what we talked about this week so far? Silent selling, pre-qualification, sales invitation, or the discovery call? Any questions or value adds? Cool beans. So this is kind of like class, the morning show is. It's kind of like class for our free business mastermind group. And because it's kind of like class, you want my class notes, okay? And there's only 2 ways to get it. Number 1, you have to be inside of the free business mastermind group, and they live in the files section. Number 2, you can get the notes and the entire morning show in your email inbox. Go to shaycannon.com/show. You will get 2 emails every broadcast day, one in the morning reminding you to hop on the YouTube live, 1 in the afternoon. That's going to have a link to the replay and a link to the notes. All right. So go to shaycannon.com/show. Tomorrow is movie club night. Kimberly picked a movie for us that turned out to be a limited series. So there's no way we're going to watch all of that before tomorrow night. So I'm not even going to let y'all vote. I'm going to pick a movie today, let you guys know in the group what movie we're going to watch for tomorrow. Now, you still got plenty of time to watch it, even though you won't know until the day. I don't watch the movies until 4 p.m. on the day of movie club night, which starts at 7. So you got plenty of time. All right. To find out more about me, your host, Shay Cannon, and our hugely valuable free business mastermind group, check the description below for the link and more information. Now, you know you got great value, so I would love it if you do us a favor and give us a thumbs up to like this episode. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss this value coming into you. And this is going to be one video out of a series of videos, so check out the other videos so that you have all of the information. All right, cool beans. With that, the studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day, everybody. See you right back here on tomorrow.